Broadcast. It's fairly late on a Saturday night here in Brisbane. I was just on another room playing with a couple of guys and got talking about some of my liveries and my YouTube channel, and so I've just created a new room and about to tell the guys that I can get myself sorted here, that the room is open, and now the PlayStation wants to go a bit slow. This was one of the guys, so if I tell him, the rest will probably follow. There wasn't that many, I think there was only like 3 or 4. There was a guy running a room and I don't know what he was doing, but everybody was pretty unhappy with him, so... Oh, what the... Sorry. And I go back into the room and type. There he is. Tell them we're broadcasting as well. Sorry if I'm being very quiet, I'm just trying to concentrate, because any of you that play this game will know that the messaging tool is hard to adjust to because of the layout of the keys versus what everybody's used to using on a traditional keypad or a computer. And when you're doing it on the steering wheel with the buttons that are on here, so this is sort of having a dig at both Logitech and Sony or Polyphony, who are the Gran Turismo Sport guys. That was pretty stupid of me. So it's very difficult to do it and do it fast, and I get quite frustrated. But tonight I'll have to behave myself because I'm broadcasting. Yeah. Anyway, I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know whether we'll get a good room going. I had an interesting room earlier with people coming in. I put very clearly on the room note that it was a room where no download liveries would be allowed. But still got people coming in with liveries, and then had a discussion, and a couple of judges were making some interesting decisions around picking liveries that were downloaded rather than self-made, and also awarding people who basically presented in the car show with nothing but paint. Now I want to say a couple of things about those two things. The first thing is more a question. I'm interested for anybody that is out there listening or plays this game, and I want to ask this question: why do people who enter car shows with downloaded liveries want to try and take credit for somebody else's work and for somebody else's creativity? I don't understand it. I don't see the point of turning up to a car show in a car that's got a livery on it that you've copied from somebody else. The whole idea of the car show is you turning up and saying to everybody, hey, look at the colours and the patterns and the decals and the logos that I put on this car to make it unique as my car. I don't understand why somebody wants to go and copy somebody's livery and then rock up into a car show, and obviously they want somebody to make a comment or to award them a first or a second or a third, but they're taking the credit for work they didn't do, and they're certainly taking credit for zero creativity on their part, because all they did was copy somebody else's work. So that's my first conversation. So happy for people to shoot messages back, let me know. Just for those joining the broadcast, as I always do at the start, you will see roughly about 20 videos I think now on my channel. I don't do a daily broadcast. That's because this is just a bit of a hobby for me. I do work. I actually run an organisation, so I don't have a lot of time on my hands, but I do like to do the odd broadcast, and I've done, I don't know, maybe 10 to 12 Gran Turismo Sport broadcasts. Most of them have actually been around doing liveries, not racing, not doing car shows, but I do a lot of racing as well. I've got a group of friends that are online racing tonight. I just didn't feel like racing what they were racing, so shout out to all those guys, to Slowed In, to Tasmaniac, to Homebrew, to Rosalia, to Eddie Baby, to Lance. I don't know who else was in the room. Tugger, who was racing earlier. Whole stack of guys. I don't know. It's probably a group of 20 or so that I race with regularly. Anyway, so that's what I want to say about the livery side of things. The other part that I did mention was about people turning up to car shows with nothing but a paint scheme, and I had a conversation early. Yeah, I know, Zapped, it's ridiculous, isn't it? I had a conversation earlier tonight with a couple of people who were saying that they felt that it was better for people to just turn up with nothing but a car in paint, like one single coat of paint. You choose a colour, or you may choose a colour, and then you might have your other components of the vehicle in a different colour, but basically that's all they did. They just painted the car, whacked some wheels on it, and then turned up at the show. And what I was trying to get them to understand was that anybody could do what they did. I don't know how many thousand subscribers there are to the PlayStation Network that play Gran Turismo Sport, but basically anybody that's a member, has paid their subscription, can jump into the game, can jump in, buy a vehicle, jump into the livery editor and pick a paint. In fact, when you get your car, it already has a coat of paint on it. And so if you're just putting a coat of paint on and you're throwing a set of wheels on it, well then theoretically every second man could choose the same paint colour and the same wheels from the limited selection that there is of both paint and wheels, and turn up. And then how do you decide which one is better? Because they're exactly identical. So for me, I don't get the point of turning up to a car show and just a paint. And I actually said the other day that maybe what should happen is there should be a derivative or a different version of car shows that are started, and maybe the room owner should specify, this is a paint car show as opposed to this is a livery car show. But for me, if you're going to enter into a car show, it's because you've actually gone and created a livery. You've done more than just whack a coat of paint on it. You've actually used some decals. You've actually tried to come up with a pattern that truly makes that vehicle a one of a kind. And most of the people in car shows that I've gone in, and I don't know how many hundred I've been in so far, but it'd probably be 300 to 400. The guys that I see quite regularly that are basically doing it, they would laugh at somebody who turned up to a car show with just a paint job, because they'd be sitting there going, what are you doing, mate? You haven't actually done a livery. So it was an interesting conversation, and I just wanted to share my view on it, and again, happy for anybody to give their feedback. Okay, so we should start this car show. Okay. I think we'll start with an interesting category, which is 80s European, and that will sort people out really, because if they're serious with liveries they'll have cars, and if they're not serious they'll probably respond and say, oh, I don't have one. So interested to see. Okay. Already heard something happen then. It sounded like somebody might have dropped out. So 80 to 89, that's that baby there. A few to pick from. Haven't taken the green Porsche out yet. That's fairly new. Fairly new, the green Porsche. I only made it a couple of days ago actually. It's, again, with some of the older cars, with road cars for me, and you'll see this as I go into car shows, if it's a road car and it's an older car, I tend to be very sparing and conservative with the logos, etc. and decals that I put on the cars. My Ferrari 250 GTO is a good example of that. You know, it's probably the most admired car in the world, certainly one of the most expensive cars in the world. Yeah, so it's something that I don't do. I try to think about the era, and you know, back in the day, there wasn't a lot of decals stuck on cars, even cars that entered into rallies like the 250 GTO, like the Porsche I'm in, like the that's not an 80s car, like the M3 just there that Bush Geiter is driving. It's yeah, so I try to remember that and limit it. So this Porsche, I don't know how much of it we'll be able to see. It's obviously got the YouTube reference on the back there, but you can see, apart from the number plate, I haven't put any decals on it. I will probably put some Porsche signage on it. I typically do that. I typically will put the brand somewhere on the car. Again, that's all about, you know, making it a bit more unique. Combination of colours, the combination of, you know, patterns or lines, the number plate, the roof decal. That's all about trying to make the car original. So yeah. Alright, so we're judging now. So interesting, the Audis. I don't know why he's telling somebody to stop. I can't even see what they're doing. Someone's just told somebody to stop, but I can't even see who they are. Oh, that person there, okay. But I don't know what he's talking about. See, now I had a conversation with a guy earlier tonight. I forget his name. He had the exact same livery as that guy there, so that's a download for sure. I don't know what Mr. Aventador's doing. He obviously doesn't speak English, which is unfortunate for him, because if he did, he would know he's in the wrong car, or if he just looked at the cars that are here, I would think he would also work out that he is in the wrong car. Alright. Again, you can see the Lamborghini and the orange Porsche. All they've done is turned up in paint that M3 is a copy. That one there could be a copy as well, but I'm not 100% sure on that one. That one looks original. You can see from the edging they haven't exactly got it dead right. So I'll probably give the two Quattros a Guernsey, but then I'm kind of stuck because everybody else is just in a paint, and I'm not going to give it to the M3 because that's definitely a download. Okay. I like Shadows better than Pocketano, so I think Shadow will get first, Pocketano will get second, and White Lamborghini, what do you do? Okay. So third I'm going to give to the Porsche, which is Jojo, right? I believe. If it's not, I won't say anything if you don't. Yeah, you got it right. Phew! Sometimes I do that. Pocketano's second. Pocketano. Sometimes it'd be easier if I could just highlight somebody's name. Oh, come on, I hate it when it does that. That's what I mean about the steering wheel. First is the Shadow. So there we go. Oh, sorry buddy, didn't mean that. I'm pretty sure that I didn't power this car up, so that's why the little M3 went past me. That one sports hards too, so car is obviously going to be a bit of a handful because it is a early Porsche. Oh, that was really helpful. Somebody's decided to clean me up. Radical Gamer. Radical Gamer's trying to set laps, and if he is, he's about to be shown the door. So let's just have a look. See, he wasn't in the car show. Indeed he is, so it's time to say goodbye. Category. See some more clean cars. Well, there you go. Somebody say they want to see clean cars. Ah, dear, what do we do? Alright, I'm going to bring a clean car out then, I guess. Well, for me it's clean. I don't know if it's clean full stop, but I might go with the red Chevy Nova. I'm pretty sure that's probably the cleanest car I have. Let's see if the fans like it. Yeah, so, you know, no coincidence that after me sharing my views on the clean cars entered into shows, here we are about to have a round at the car show. which is all about clean cars. Now, but if you look at this car, you'll see it's not clean for a number of reasons. Firstly, I have put a colour on the trim. I have a big decal on the boot and I have a decal on the side of the car. I have lines that go down the side of the car, the skirting boards. I have yellowed out the grille at the front. There's a black line in the boot. So yeah, this car is not a... and there's striping of course as well, so this car is not space guys. Don't know why everybody has to park on each other. Just have space. It's not that hard. Look at all this room we've got. There you go. Oh, sorry, no, it's not this car that's got the yellow grille. It's the black one. Sorry, my bad. Yeah, so blacked out bumpers, as you can see just there. Again, the Iflowboy blurb, and the window trim has been done in black as well. But it's a really effective colour scheme because of the fact that if you have a good look, you'll see the interior, which you can see very well because this car has a massive glass house, is the same colour red. So I deliberately picked this red colour because as soon as I saw the interior I was like, wow, that car has to have a red exterior. The black one looks effective, but I don't know, for me I love this car the most. It's one of my favourite cars to drive in the whole game actually, because it's a whopping big thing. I'll shut up so you can hear it. I'll turn the sound up a bit, although I imagine you can hear it okay anyway. It's got this massive V8 engine. So you can hear that, right? And you can see that I was doing 240 kilometers an hour just like that. But what you don't expect is how well this car handles. It actually handles remarkably well. I'm going to pick a category. Yeah, it handles remarkably well. I can take my time because I'm the judge for the next round. So I'm hooking in here at 170 k's an hour. You can see the bit of understeer and a bit of oversteer at the end there, but not much. So, you know, for a whopping big car, and I know this is not an original car, this is a SEMA car. So for those of you who don't know, SEMA is a very well known, a huge car show that happens in the United States every year, and it's like a custom show or a tuner's show, I guess. It's where everybody that does hot rods and tunes cars and builds accessories, and it's, you know, where they've all got to be every year to showcase their products. And so this car was built for the show, just like the amazing Mustang that I've also got. You can see the speed I'm doing. It's not slow. I think it'll wind out to about 385, 390 from memory. I'm going to go jump into a UK car, so I'm in suit. Hey Pat. Didn't even notice you coming online. I apologise, and I think he's chopped off too. Sorry. I'm bad. I'm very bad. Too busy talking and not watching what I'm doing. Anyway, that'll happen. He'll forgive me. I gave him a shout out the other week, so he'll forgive me. What am I doing? UK cars. Yeah, UK cars. So I don't know how this event's going to go. Oh, what's the new car I want to take out? Oh, I'll take the Aston. Even the Aston's a clean car, I guess, but it's still got some work. I might send Pat a message, actually. I'll get up there and I'll do it. This guy in this Ford Formula 1 car is going to be in for a shock. As his Aston Martin pull away. He's probably going, what the? I'm in a Dallara. What's this guy doing? If he goes doing laps, he's going to be exiting. That's what he's going to be doing. Yeah, I bet we do too. Okay, well, let's deal with that. That charger guy, which charger guy? He's in a charger. I can't see a charger. Kokoda. Alright, let's go. Wish Lotus would join the game. Oh, you're still there. Sorry, Pat. I thought you'd left, mate. Sorry. I actually gave you a shout out in one of the broadcasts the other week where after I bumped you in that room that night because I hadn't seen you for so long, and I was telling people in the broadcast how I admired the way that you would jump in a car in bog standard trim on the bog standard tyres and just drive it, and that you used to love doing that. And you know, there's probably hardly anybody in the whole game that does that. And saying how much I used to enjoy it going into your room, especially when you had those self-made tracks and going for the drives. Oh, someone's decided to hit me. Who's that? Some clown. Alright, so Silk-cut Jaguar. I cannot give a prize to somebody that brings out that. That's how it comes. So for people watching this broadcast, I like that Aston Martin. It's clean. I know everybody says, oh, you can't give it a clean, but the reality is that's a download. I've seen that thing before on Brody Racer. Sometimes I wish the show only had the people that I know in it, who I know do great liveries. And Shadow's gone clean again, hasn't he? I don't get why people... You see that all the time. You see how that guy in that grey Aston Martin drove out? You see people do it all the time, and I'm like, why do you do that? It's like you're saying, I'm so desperate, please pick me, please pick me. I got a latecomer. What's this guy about? Oh, that's different. Well, I think he's just got himself onto the podium. Because it is a bit unusual. I like that McLaren P1 too. Like we were doing. Alright, can I give it to any of those guys? I'm going to give this guy third and this Jojo guy third because I really like the look of that. And in fact I might give him and Shadow third. And then I'll get rid of some of the riff-raff by the sounds of it. McLaren gets second. Who's in that? Whose name's next to that one? Windarch. Alright. Oops, wrong button. My bad. That's the problem with the steering wheel. Your fingers hit the wrong buttons if you're not paying too much attention. Oh no, just... And old mate has scored himself first. What's his name? M.O.A. Boama. Bloody hell. Okay, M.O.A. Boama. Wait. It's close enough, you'll know it's him. There you go, thanks for coming everyone. What was I saying? Yeah, so great to see you listening in, Pat, if you're still listening in. Whoops, I'm not watching where I'm going. But yeah, I don't know whether they'll bring back the homemade tracks, but if they do, mate, we'll ride again, as they say. Yeah, funnily enough, the reason that I started this broadcast tonight was I was talking to a couple of guys in another room, and the room was a bit out of control. I think that guy doesn't want to be here anymore. Okay, the binoculars, who was that? Bushgeiter. Seems like he's a reasonable guy. I thought he might have been being a bit stupid, so I was about to get the boot, but it looks like he's okay. Okay, what's the category? Who knows? Nobody said. Funny calling him M.O. Boama, but anyway. Ah, Omar's joined the room by the look of it. Didn't even notice. Didn't even notice Omar was in the room. I better say hello to him. Yeah, Omar's been in quite a few rooms with me of late. He's a nice chap, actually. He's, yeah, he's a good guy. Still don't have a category. I don't know what country he's from. That's like the flag. Is that China? No. What flag that is? He seems to be writing something. VGT, rightio. Okay, gonna enter the same car maybe. Better tell him he's the judge. Yeah, okay. Alright, VGT, what can I get in Well, he was in the same car, wasn't he, just then? So I might get in the exact same car. Although I do like the new Bugatti that I painted. No, go in the McLaren. I never take it out. McLaren, where are you? There. It's got a pretty radical paint job. I don't know if it's nice enough to win, but anyway. So yeah, so AMR will probably jump online shortly, listen to the broadcast, make a couple of comments. My throttle is going to stick again then. Doesn't look like a VGT car. Brody, whatever your name is. Here comes Omar. Oh, he's in his... and his black little thing. Where did Mo go just then? What the? There he comes. Well, that's a different looking thing. It's a chaparral thing, I think. You're the judge, Emma. What are you parking here for? Who is that? I think Brody's going after this. I'm surprised he hasn't jumped onto the broadcast. I'll tell him. Ah, silly steering wheel. I don't think Emo Boango's English is that great, because I've told him twice now that he is the judge. Oh, what a surprise. Somebody's turned up in a Tron car. What is this guy doing? You can't park there. Emo can't do it, I'll do it. Sorry, my bad. Didn't know you were there. You're not a VGT car, whatever your name is. So you're out of the running. It's a nice paint job though. And the old, what's he colour? Alright, Laurence deserves a prize. I'll give coders a prize. And then I'm stuck. I'm not giving the Tron guy. Maybe JJ gets a prize, even though I know it's not an original. So, where was I? Lorenzo's going to get first. Cody's going to get third. Damn it. Go over there. Omar's left. First is what's his name? Yeah, the Radio Clown, Lorenz, that's right. God, that electric car thing is so annoying. This thing goes alright too. The Wanu, it's basically the P1 engine. Alright, whatever that is, they're out of here. Because that was coders, they're gone. Jasper. Body Racer. Okay, Body Racer, you're gone. Jasper was with us, so he can stay. Yeah. Italian, okay. Italian it is. I'll probably broadcast for another 2 rounds and then I'll probably turn the broadcast off and then I'll probably turn off the game and go to bed because I had a late night last night. Let me rephrase that, I had an early morning, as in daylight this morning before I got off, and I do not want to be in the same situation again tonight. Italy. What can I take out that I haven't taken out yet? Let's take the yellow baby out. I don't know, the Lamborghini I did the other day in the gold, like I quite liked it when I did it, but I don't know, sometimes now I look at it and I go, oh, it's a little bit gaudy. The thing is, when you use the gold chrome paint, the trick is to not do too much over the top of it. I don't know. I'm yet to see too many gold chrome cars that have got things on them that look good. The ones that you see that are just plain gold, again, not a lot of work that's gone into the livery, but here we go. We've got Capo in a VW medical car when the category is Italian. I think he figured it out. I hope that's a download that MO's got. I've seen that several times before. That's a download as well. So I'll do my usual thing and I'll let people know that I think even Lorenz is in a download. I'm sure I've seen that before. On that Group 4 Lamborghini. Now what's going on? Now Emo wants to judge, does he? He didn't want to judge when he won the last round. Anyway. How's the Ferrari looking? Every time I look at this F40, I love it. People may look at it and go, "Oh, it's awful," but I really like it. I like how it's how it came out. You know, I don't think I ever envisaged it, and so someone's made a comment about downloading. Okay. So one of them have asked the question. So I'm just responding. Just say, well, it's not preferred because it's someone else's work. Anyway, so what I was saying, yeah. Yeah, this Ferrari, when I ummed and ahed about, you know, would I leave it red and do something with it? And I'm a big fan of silver cars. My current car is silver. My first car was silver. And I'd put silver on it, and I looked at it, and I looked at it, and what are these two doing? Yeah, me too, Jasper. Although I'm pretty sure the one that you had a minute ago wasn't self-made, but anyway. Yeah, and when I changed the colour to yellow, I was like, oh, I don't know. And it wasn't, because this one I actually did do the wheels. I did do the wheels before I started doing all the livery on the car. And so I had the plain yellow with the wheels, and when I did that I looked at it and I was like, yeah, okay, I do like it, I'll do the yellow. And then the rest of the livery just sort of came together as I played with it. Loren, she just told you it was a downloaded livery and you gave her first place. What's going on there? I don't get it. Anyway, what do you do? What do you do? Well. One more and then I think that'll be it for me. I don't think anybody's even watching at the moment, so I'm basically talking to myself. I didn't see Shadow's design, but she told everybody it was a download and she still got the prize, so I don't know. What do you do? If people don't understand what a car show is about, of course they're going to judge you wrong, aren't they? If they don't understand the difference between an original self-made livery and a livery that has been downloaded, then again they're missing the point. It's like, oh yeah, we're rewarding Shadow in this case. Not that I have anything against Shadow at all. Seems like a lovely person. But, you know, why would we reward Shadow for somebody else's work? If this was called a download preference show, well then by all means Shadow could be given an award justifiably, because in people's opinions she obviously downloaded a good livery. So group 4, okay. Yeah, so where was I? Yeah, so yeah, I cannot see the point in somebody downloading a livery that was created by somebody else and coming to a car show and entering it in the hope that they will be judged first, second or third. It's kind of like cutting off somebody else's hand and then using the fingerprint to get into the bank vault. That's probably a bit more of a radical analogy to draw, but you know, if you want to look at broad definitions, then it's cheating. Yeah, I just don't get it. I don't get how somebody thinks that it's okay to sit there and take the credit for something. It's like, oh, thanks. Yeah, thanks for voting the livery that I downloaded that somebody else made the nicest livery out of the peoples that are here. Do they go back to the person who they copied off and say, hey, by the way, you came first 3 times today with your livery in my ID? I'm thinking, no, they don't. You know, for me, I don't share my liveries. I mean, there are 4 on there because in the early times of creating my liveries, I didn't understand the whole thing. I just knew I wanted to create them, and it's only probably been in the last 4 months, 5 months that I've, you know, learnt more about the whole thing. And basically, yeah, I don't want to see every, you know, not that I'm saying my liveries are popular and there'd be a mass rush for people to download them, but I put one on recently and I think I've had 30 or 40 people do something, say something, send me something. So I don't know, maybe if I put more on the more liveries on the public library, I don't know what they call it, you basically just upload it, you share it, and you can go into the discover section on the game, and then you can obviously see it and download it if you like it. I now put Iflowboy on every design I do, so you can see this one here just above the exhaust pipes where the 0 kilometers pop-up head-up display is. You can see that it's got the Iflowboy at YouTube there. So yeah, I don't know. I feel like I'm ranting about the same thing again and again, but I guess this is about car shows, and I wonder what goes through people's minds for them to think that it's a good thing or a fair thing to be entering into what is effectively a competition. Okay, it may not be that there's any prizes or any monetary value at stake, but to purport that something is theirs when it's not is really the issue here. Shadow's taking his time. Who's judging? Oh, here he comes. Hmm? Don't know what he means, but anyway. That's the blinkers for real. Don't get it. Anyway, I need to tip my legs in and drive off like everybody else is. I'm racing hard to get. Enjoy driving this Group 4 car. These M4s as Group 4 cars are great. Group 2? I'm pretty sure I do not have a Group 2 painted livery. And I'm equally sure that I've only maybe ever raced Group 2 once. Let me see. You know, this might fall into the category of a livery creator forgetting. Well, that's definitely not a painted livery. That's how it came, and that's definitely how it came. So I'm out of this one. While I'm in here though, I'll just quickly touch on some of the cars that I did recently. This one, what am I doing? Can't do it from where I am, but anyway, it's a new Camaro that they just released in the game with the latest update called the ZLE, I think it is. And the ZLE is basically a much more powerful version of the standard Camaro. Anyway, I finished doing that livery last night, and I really like it. It's not something that you look at and automatically go, oh wow, how nice is this car. But as you watch it going along on the track, I find that I've liked it more and more since I finished it to look at. But yeah, but it doesn't sit right next door anymore like it used to, and yeah. Anyway, so I can't enter this category, so what I might do is just jump in a car that I like and drive up and watch. In fact, why not take the Camaro up there? Seeing as I'm not entering, I can drive anything. And it's the room that I'm the host, so I can extend a bit of... Yeah, we picked Group 2. That's what you get when you pick Group 2. No one races, well, I don't know too many people that race Group 2 anyway. group 2 I'm not entering. Oh, sorry. Seriously, typing on here does my head in. It really does. I'd say so. I'd say this is it. So I can guarantee you that Epson car is a download. But let's see what Lorenz does. Lorenz's car could be a download too, but I don't know for sure. I can't say I've seen that livery before. Mine comes with the car, I don't get it. Anyway. Yes, we know it's not. We know it's a copy. Anyway. I haven't done any Minecraft lately. For those of you who jump on the channel to see the Minecraft stuff, it's probably been a good 2 weeks since I've really sat down and done some. I did some the other day for about an hour, just basically doing a bit of, for want of a better term, land reclamation as part of the city work that I'm doing. But I will try to get some more done, and I always like, you know, I always like it if people do go and look at the Minecraft videos that are on here. I don't do broadcasts because I think it's just a bit too tedious for people to be interested in me doing what I'm doing as I'm creating things. Different if it's all created and they're just coming on to have a look, but when you're actually doing the creation, you've got to, you know, flatten out grand by chopping up blocks of dirt or whatever. It's not exactly scintillating viewing, so yeah, so I don't generally talk when I do the Minecraft stuff. I'll just generally decide, alright, I'll do a bit of a broadcast now and you'll just see me doing what I'm doing rather than hear me talking about what I'm doing. Yeah. Well, it appears the car show's over and it sounds like she might have given it to the downloaded livery. And Jasper may be typing to say what the... Oh no, Jasper got it. Okay. That's fair. This thing's got some grunt, that's for sure. It's almost 1,000 horsepower, so... Lorenz figured it out, okay. Well, I don't know if it is a Hot Wheels Camaro, I just put a Hot Wheels logo on it. It's just so slow, that's what annoys me about it too. Like if I was typing this on any other form factor, you know, I could write what I just wrote there in about 5 seconds. As it was, it took me like 30 seconds. because the project, or the keyboard I should say, or the touchpad, let's get the right word, the touchpad or the screen display of the letters in the Sony console do not map to the traditional QWERTY keyboard arrangement, so yeah. Anyway, I'm going to go into one more and then that'll be it for me. Well, we got 7 people, so there's a good chance that it could fold up after this one too if we don't get more people in. We'll see. No category. What are people doing? Oh, group 3. There is a category, is there? What are everybody doing? How do I get to there? Group 3 says... Ah! Stupid. Where did this go? Where's my Ferrari? Alright, let's go. This was the last one, so I will end the broadcast after this. Exactly been a thrilling broadcast. There's been no racing and it's been quite a slow paced turn of events for the car shows. I think that's mainly because there are people in here tonight that have not had a lot of experience doing the car shows, and so they may not know what they should be looking for. Yeah. Here's my little Batmobile. I went pretty well over the top with liveries on this car. It's a race car obviously, so I felt like I needed to. But yeah, so that's the front end. And you can see there's quite a lot of things all over the paintwork. So, yeah. Jasper said he never downloads anybody else's liveries, but he's wearing one of the most copied liveries in the game. Oh, what do you do? Too tired to argue. Too tired to argue, too tired to care. I know that's a terrible thing to say, but you've got to understand that I've only had 4 hours sleep in the last 50 something hours, so I'm running near empty on my tank of whatever the word is I'm looking for. Alright, so somebody got first, not me. That's a shame because usually the Ferrari goes pretty good. Alright, time for me to go. As you can hear, the Ferrari doesn't mind screaming. clean me up. Who was that? Cat German. Alright, I'm going to enter in this just because I want to bring my VGT out because I love driving it and I'm a sucker for punishment, as they say. Yeah, this baby. I could bring out that car there, which is brand new, that one there, which is fairly new. In fact, most of these cars aren't that old, but this one I like probably the most. Feeling very sleepy. Alright, so the judge is obviously just having a bit of a look at the front. He's gone into ghost mode, so he may be about to write something. Shadow gets a 3 for another downloaded livery. I got second, there you go. You can bet your bottom dollar that the guy that won had a downloaded livery because everyone he's turned up in's been downloaded. Now I'm definitely going to go. Okay, well I hope you've all enjoyed this impromptu broadcast. Apologies that my narration slash conversation wasn't that exciting. Truth is, I should have gone to bed hours ago. But anyway, thank you very much for listening. Thank you very much for watching the video. Please subscribe, and the more people I get, the more I can do. It's a pretty simple equation. Take it easy, and we'll see you all next time.